And we're live.
What's up?
What's happening? Welcome back.
Well, I'm behind. You just asked me if I picked a guy for the giveaway of the Red Horse Knife Works Hellraiser, and I didn't. But I have my list of people here, so I'm going to read through those in a minute once we kind of get started, and we're just going to pick somebody randomly here in a minute because people kind of just suck. We got a few nominations, and that's it.
Yeah.
What is it with people?
I would have expected more people would have participated, but
Like when we gave away the
yeah.
first knife that we gave away during the last show with Ed on the show with us, I think I got 4 nominations that time.
Yeah.
So we picked one, and I just shipped that out the other day because I was waiting
Actually,
for one to come in.
and all 4 of those were actually pretty good, like stories. I liked all 4 of those. They were all
Really good stories and all that. So then we announced another giveaway of a Hellraiser because Ed was so kind to offer one up. And we asked for nominations again.
Yes.
And I think we got 2, maybe 3 nominations this time. So I combined them with the other ones from that we didn't pick the first time.
Yeah, those are still runners up.
So those are still runners, right? Just because we didn't pick you the first time, you have a shot this time. So I'll read through that here in a second. But let's just say welcome, everybody. Happy New Year. We got Aussie Mike in the house. We got Luck Knives. We got Masi Mantoni, good friend of mine. We've been chatting all day. So today is really like, let's recap 2023. Let's have open mic night. Like we've got somebody coming in right now. And we got Tony coming in just a second. Tony, we see you there. I did put the link in the comments. I think Luck Knives had said he wanted to join in. Professor EDC said he might want to join in. So there is a link there. We're going to keep it sort of controlled. Try to
don't get upset, guys. We're gonna keep it short between you guys in case other people want to rotate in. So no, we love all of you just the same. It's just we want to give everybody a shot who wants to kind of jump on and say hello.
Correct. So let me bring in Tony real quick, and then I'm gonna scroll through my nominations. What's up, man?
Hey, long time no see.
Hey, so Tony has been a great supporter of my channel. He's loaned in a lot of knives. We've done some deals between each other and things like that. And I had a business trip to Atlanta, and he took me out to dinner. We got to share some knives. I brought some stuff with me to show and tell. We had a great time, and it's one of the few fans, for lack of better words, because that kind of sounds.
Hey, I'm a fan.
That I've met in person, and we've kind of gone out and hung out with. So very cool.
I mean, obviously I'm a fan. I mean, my whole look, I tried to emulate Dirk as much as possible.
Oh my goodness.
You're gonna have to eat a lot of pizza to emulate Dirk.
Not much. I'm from Chicago. I can do that.
Right?
Dirk is the pizza king.
So there you go. A good Christmas, Tony?
It's been a good Christmas. Wish I had gotten myself more Christmas presents, but only got the one. You got it, so I haven't gotten to see it yet.
Let me scroll back here a little bit. And where is it? It's here somewhere.
It's in a dark corner.
I put in the little zippered pouch that I'm using to help hold up that new blue light I've got in the back. What do you guys think of that blue light in the back?
That looks good.
That's something I'm messing with. So he bought, as you can see here, a Robert Carter. The unboxing video comes out tomorrow, I think.
Cool.
It's a Robert Carter Fisher Bros collaboration. So Robert Carter worked on it. Frank Fisher worked on it, and Todd Jr. worked on it. And Todd Sr. might have worked on it some too. Who knows? Don't know the whole
a
story,
lot of Rob in the blade in that one.
Oh yeah,
the blade is probably all Rob. It is the Talon is the model number or model name. What I think is really cool about it is the blue perimeters and the blue backspacer. You don't see that a lot. Usually it's more just like polished, if you will.
Right.
So I love that aspect of this. The action is super good. It's just like I like it, a little shaky shake. And yeah, super cool. It's on the small side, but it's like Frank Fisher Fury size.
Nice.
Give or take. So super, super cool.
A lot of Rob.
Yeah, so I'll be doing a video. I'll film that video probably in the next day or two. Unboxing, I think, comes out tomorrow. And then we'll get that shipped off to you in a few days. So
excited. That's Christmas.
There you go. Well, I got a knife or two for Christmas myself.
That's a
Chef Rocky, how you doing? He lived in Chicago for 40 years.
Oh,
very cool. We got Professor EDC in the house also. Let's bring Professor in also because I know he's got to run in just a few. So, Professor, how are you, sir?
Good to see you, buddy.
Dirk, Alex, how you doing? Tony,
good. How are you?
Background.
Much better now that you're here, Professor.
It's I'm very happy to see you guys. Dirk, congratulations on the King. I was so excited about that knife.
I'm hoping that everybody saw my video this morning. If you didn't see the video, shameless plug, please go watch it after this because I want the views. I'm not going to lie. I did buy myself, this was my Christmas, kind of New Year's present, Christmas present to myself was the King Battle. I did not give it that name. Frank Fisher gave it that name. Abe, the original owner, gave it that name. So it's just stuck. And it is the latest acquisition to my collection. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'll post a picture later today, maybe tomorrow, probably tomorrow. The one that I sent you earlier, Tony, of my battle collection because this is the cherry on top of the collection of the battle collection. So yeah.
I mean,
thanks, Professor. I appreciate that.
Apart from the knife itself, it's very interesting to me how that knife is going to take you to a different place in your collecting, as you mentioned. And so it's very, very interesting when we get to this transit doors where something changes within us as collectors, right? As users. And so it's very interesting to see where this is going to take you.
Yeah,
I'm afraid where it's going to take me because also in that video, if you guys saw, there was also a Todd Rexford, of which is my first time handling a Todd Rexford, and wow, this is a completely next level knife.
Now you're really in trouble.
I may be in trouble. And I've already filmed the video on this one that comes out in a few days also. Yeah, if I hadn't have just bought the King, if I had only seen that knife, right, I may have dropped big coin on that. But
you already know
how I have them all. And to your point, you know, Aussie Mike said there is no rationale in collecting.
Well, you already know how I feel about Todd Rexford on the custom side. I mean, dude, that is next level stuff.
It is totally next level. And where am I going in my collecting? I don't know. But since I've posted that video this morning, I've gotten some comments and questions from other people. Tony's still here. He just dropped off live. That's fine. Didn't mean to shun you off or anything like that if we kind of got sidetracked there, Tony. But there was some questions about, because I did talk about in the video, hey, do you want me to rationalize or just like, and so I got a really good kind of comment from a good friend of mine, Craig, in the watch world, where he wants me to justify, but not justify the pricing necessarily, but justify and rationalize how I'm collecting. And is there a certain aspect? Is there a reason why I'm looking for certain pieces and things like that? It's really easy to do with this guy because I had 2 smaller ones of different sizes, and this really just fit a 3-knife collection. Like I said in the video, small, medium, large, if you will. But the way he kind of phrased some questions, and I screenshotted that comment that he sent me, that text or whatever it was, so that I can really ponder on that and put together some notes so that I don't sound like a totally bumbling idiot like I am now and like I did this morning, because I was just in such awe opening the King and a Rexford that I didn't really have my thoughts together.
Well, I have one thing I can tell you is, when it comes to collecting, it's not about the acquisition always as much as it is the journey getting there. For a lot of people, it's about the journey.
It is. This journey of the King. Now, I first saw the King battle on Jim Skelton's channel, and I've chatted with Jim today about now owning it and whatnot. Like 8+ years ago, he did a video on this when this one was first made. This was first made about 8 years ago, and Jim had it on his channel before the original owner ever got it. It went from Frank's table to Jim's channel, off to the owner, and then some years later, it went to Tristan, who I bought it from, and now it's here. And then I got to handle it in person back in February of 2023, and at that point, I had already told Tristan that I'd wanted it if he was ever going to sell it. And so, it took a while. Yeah, and here we are.
Right there, you've been after this. And this is where I disagree with that collecting has no rationale, because you've been after that particular knife. And though you are focused in what you want in that sense. So there are all types of collecting. But when you have purpose, I think, and this is something that I've seen from the art world, because I grew up in an ambience close to the art world and to art collectors. And it's very, very interesting the way they collect. And so when they arrive to certain art pieces, they can have you can have a Van Gogh or a Rembrandt, and you would think that's it. That's right. It. Yet it's not, because then they go for another branch of the art world, and they keep on collecting in that sense. So it's very interesting all the rambling, my friend. I think that's very important, and that's what sets us apart from other channels. I think, and not speaking illy of anyone, but I do like that rambling, because you can see the train of thought, as we have seen with Alex, as we have seen with you, and that's what's interesting, to get to know the insight of what you are thinking, and not just the script, but what you're thinking and what you're feeling honestly about what you have in front of you.
Oh yeah, I have no script. I never have a script. I never have a script, and I've gotten some critique about that in the past, which is fine. I do take that criticism and toss it out, but I do care. I try to have sort of my thoughts together, and I do make some notes usually and things like that. Like I did today, I do have a list of all the knives I bought in 2023, which we'll talk about. Not every single one, but I'll give some numbers and things like that to kind of wrap up the year. But I just talk, especially in the unboxings. People, somebody made a comment the other day, is like, what the hell, you mean you didn't even know what it was? No, I didn't know what it was, man. I'm not an idiot, but I just opened a box of like 6 knives. I'm sorry I didn't know all the details about all 6 of them. That's why I just opened it and here's what's coming type of thing. So you gotta, like, if you have a channel, you've got to just ignore those comments.
Those comments are guaranteed to happen. That's why I don't care. Yep. Like they don't bother me one bit. There's the only one that I'm getting. There's a video I made. I'm getting like a few repeat comments on, and there was one that was super funny, but it stung a little. I did like you know that Casio I bought, that JDM one that's square and all titanium, the Oceanus, right?
Yeah.
So I did an unboxing of that thing like probably about a year ago. And when I do an unboxing, I always say, yeah, you know, there'll be a review later, but I don't say like when, right? Like it's whenever I feel like it. And as everybody have noticed, I've taken a bit of a hiatus this last 6 months on doing a lot of YouTube stuff, which I plan to come back at some point. But yeah, with all that being said, it's just funny, man. It's I don't know, you know. And scripts are good. There's nothing wrong with scripts.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
I do scripts.
I know you use script
voiceovers. Yeah, but I write my own script, right?
Right.
And for me, the reason why I liked script is because when I speak, I can articulate somewhat of what I'm feeling at the moment. But when I stop, sit back, and I write a script on like something I'm gonna be reviewing or whatnot, I'll sit there and then I'll type it out and then I'll reread it and it'll be like, you know, it could be better written with this word and it'll sound smoother or cleaner or
better. No, I totally agree.
So like when I do that, then all of a sudden I can like break it up into chapters and I may say, well, I did the cutting test here and I was going to do this here. Maybe I'll flip these around. Like I have a very like weird way of doing scripts. I have like a full script on a full mini 14 video. I haven't filmed completely yet or anything. And I just have these scripts. But at times I can kind of veer off, you know, while I'm reading it and even improvise on the spot sometimes.
Because it also gives you or gives us structure. Scripts gives structure. But moreover, I think within that script, when you break free from the script and then you start talking about what you saw right there in that moment or something you caught that you hadn't seen within the knife, that's awesome. And this is a good the video that Dirk released today about the Fisher King. That's the Fisher King. Look at that. That was you can see that in different moments of the video. So that's something I really appreciate, you know, because
Dirk's got a knack for that.
It denotes the honor of a person, I think.
But I do think the structure is important. I sometimes do get a little flustered and I kind of bounce around because like I film the video, I don't watch it. I edit it real quick because there's just a little bit of editing that you have to do. I kind of bump up the volume and I fade it to black and then you have to export it. Like there's a little bit that goes into it. I don't edit like Alex edits. We know that. But there's a little thing you got to do. And I don't watch the video. I just post it. I scroll through like real quick just to make sure the audio worked and that, you know, it actually played, you know, that it worked. And that's it. But sometimes I do go back and watch. Someone will have a comment of a question or call me out on something. And so I'll go and watch the video real quick so that I can answer their question like intelligently and either contradict them or say, yeah, no, dude, I totally misspoke that thing or whatever. And I can see myself bouncing from here to here and then back and forth. So the script would help me with that.
But I think the script is good at taking a lot of information and being able to condense it. Because like when I do it on the fly, like you're way better at this than me, Dirk. Like, you know, like kind of like have your like set tempo and then like, okay, it's time to wrap up. I'm done. Right. Like, and you're
right.
Done. Like I have a hard time doing that because I get so detail focused and like, I don't know, maybe it's my ADD or whatever it may be. So when I tried to do some of these rant videos in the past, I would go and get like all detailed and this and that and start. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I'm fucking lost, dude. What the fuck are you talking about right now? Right. Like, I don't even know, like, I forgot what I forgot to mention and what I didn't mention.
Right.
So for me, like, to prevent doing that, and then like eventually circling around, and I could have spent literally 5 minutes saying something I spent fucking 20 minutes trying to say. So then that's why eventually I went to the script. Like my unboxings don't have any scripts, right? Like if I unbox something or I do something like that. But if I'm doing like those edited voiceover videos, I gotta have a script because
I agree.
Like very much in time, and then like I want to be talking about this when it cuts into this scene.
Yep.
You know, like there's a tempo like I follow too with like the editing and stuff. So the script is like almost a must. But yeah. But Dirk, on the other hand, he can knock out like any knife. Just give him a knife. Dirk will just start going off about it. It's like, fuck this kid.
That's how I do it. Like even with making my notes, I sometimes will stop recording. I'll take the picture for the thumbnail and I'll go walk away and I'll be like, damn it, I forgot to say X.
And I hate that moment. I
think in my Rexford video, I totally spaced talking about his collaboration with ZT. It may be in there, but I don't think I did. So I'm going to have to do a follow-up video later, maybe. We'll see how that video does. I rambled on.
He did several knives with ZT too, actually.
So,
yeah, he did like...
we got to be happy with whatever we get. I mean, just like Alex and Dirk said, and you, Dirk, said right now, sometimes you just forget. I mean, for the Bladeosophies, for example, sometimes it takes me a month to get to the point where I know what I'm going to say. I know what I want to talk about. I develop the theme and whatever. And, a month in the making. And then we get to the video, and what happens? You
forget.
You slip your mind, whatever.
Stage fright.
The mind went to another place as you were speaking, and it took you to a good place as well. But
absolutely,
it's just going with the wind, right?
Yep. And then the other thing I think about too is all the people watching. It's free.
Oh,
you didn't pay to watch my channel. Like you're getting it for free.
That's a good point.
And so you're going to get what you get. I do try to sort of cater. Like people will say, hey, can you add the behind the edge dimensions? So I added that because several people made a comment about it. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And sometimes I say it, sometimes I don't, but I do listen to the comments and things like that. But again, if I forgot something or I misspoke something, guys, it's free content. Get over yourselves.
So, it happens, man.
It happens. We're just normal people. I have a day job. I do this for fun. Nobody pays me. I get like a few cents from Amazon affiliate or not Amazon, but like YouTube AdSense. That's the word I was thinking. So yeah, I get a little bit, but trust me, it ain't nothing.
While you're there, let me ask you guys both this question as reviewers, like, because I've played with this for like a couple of years now, and there's videos where I'm like, you're gonna get the overall length, the blade length, and handle length, and that's the only specs I'm gonna get into, and then I'm gonna go straight into review. And then there's other ones where I'm like, okay, you got thickness with the clip, without the clip, the length, the blade thickness, the thickness behind the edge. Like, where do you guys really like stand with this? Because I think when I was a brand new collector, I liked hearing numbers because it would give me like a scale, a gauge for things, right?
Right.
But then after you start learning about knives and you've seen enough, you're like, bro, I get it. It's like a 3
I think that's a good question.
Or it's.
I think that's a good question for the viewers. What do you really want to hear? What do you not care about? There had been videos that I just don't do the dimensions.
The most important specs.
I put the dimensions in the description. I tried that for a little while, but that was kind of
I mean, basic dimensions. That's another good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of do the thing I do just because.
I don't know where I stand right now. Yeah. And that's a good question, Alex. I don't care right now. I don't care to listen.
Like if you see a video, like if you're looking at a video, Professor, are you gonna see the video and like if the guy doesn't, let's say the guy just mentions the 3 basic specs, right? Overall length, blade length, handle length, right? And then he goes into the video. Is that gonna make you be like, hey, you know, excuse me, let me grab my keyboard. You're a shitty reviewer because you didn't put like the whatever and whatever and like.
No, I think it's really.
First of all, let me say something. I really don't write negative reviews because first I know that it's free content. So first of all, I appreciate what other people are doing, whether they are earning cash or they're not earning anything. So I just appreciate what they're doing. Second, I totally agree what you said, Alex. When you're a rookie, when you're beginning, yeah, you care more about the thickness behind the edge, the overall thickness and whatnot, the handle thickness, et cetera, et cetera.
Because you're trying to learn. You're trying to get a baseline, right? Like of what's what.
As we go along, for example, another channel that I really appreciate, I think it's, I'll see if it comes back to me. But I appreciate that he goes into the 3 basic measurements, as you mentioned, and then he just goes into the review and what he thinks and his thoughts, and he lets himself loose. So there is a structure, but at the same time he lets himself loose and make these really, really interesting videos more in depth.
So,
well, it's like, I mean, you don't want, like, if I can get the info off the internet, like, you know, the thickness, this, that, you know, like, tell me more about the stuff that I can't read off the box. Like,
right.
Because, well, for example, when I watch you guys, when I watch you, Alex and Dirk, what am I interested in? Your type of collecting is different from one another, and I'm kind of criticized about this, but I do, because of my background, I do believe in good taste and how good taste is something that is developed. And this is something that comes from my grandparents and my parents, and something that I learned that way. And so what I want to learn, what I want to keep on learning is, where do you stand, Alex, on that particular folder, or Dirk? And what do you see in that particular knife that I'm not seeing? So that I can keep on learning and refine my tastes. That's what I'm interested in.
Right. Well, I think when we're all collecting, we like to take a little. It's like when you're learning a new job, you take a little piece from this guy that, you know, something you like that he did, and you take something from this person, and then you change it in your way and make it your own thing, and you know, and it's fun. But I just don't like it when people get too, and you know, I'm talking about a lot of the fans. I don't like it when they get too serious. Like, I just don't. It's like, it's supposed to be a fun hobby. So when I see people being negative or like over the top on like stupid details, you know, it just, yeah, it doesn't rub me right.
I hear you. Hey, Will, thanks for chiming in. And you and Jazz have a great night out. Give her my best.
Have a great night, Will.
Together for lunch one of these days.
That's cool.
He's a local guy here, Will Carey. Not local in Napa. He's maybe an hour, 45 minutes away from me. We've hung out before, so.
That's local.
Local, yeah. An hour-ish is 2 hours here in this area. In the San Francisco Bay Area, 2 hours is local. So it's good.
Yeah.
So, Professor, what did you get for Christmas? Did you buy yourself something? Did your wife buy you something?
I started getting back into fixed blade, and I opted for, there are 1, 2, 3 fixed blades on their way. You know how it is, shipping this.
Yes.
But one arrived, or I think the most important arrived, and it's this one.
Oh, that's pretty.
Oh, what is that?
Is that a Nesmuth design?
Yeah, this is a LT Wright collaboration from Chris Tanner, and this is the Jesmuck C.
Oh, Chris Tanner, the YouTube guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. God, what's his YouTube name? Damn it.
Prepared 101.
What is it?
Prepared Mind 101.
That's what it is. Prepared Mindset 101. Dude, I've been watching that guy like way before like knife review videos. Like him and Nut and Fancy Project were like the 2 channels I used to watch before like getting into the knife scene. Like they were, yeah, that's cool. I didn't know he collaborated with LT Wright. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's an awesome collaboration.
That looks pretty cool. And I'm not a fixed blade guy, but that looks cool.
It's a
LT's like what state is LT in?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I can't remember. I think he's in Tennessee or something like that.
Watch Sixto. How are you?
Maybe somebody can help us down in the comments where LT Wright is based. But
yeah, but he's awesome, man. That guy makes great knives.
Sweet knife, DLT, like exclusive.
That's cool.
There is a bigger one. This is like an EDC fixed blade.
Okay.
I like it, and there is a much bigger one, but I haven't been able to catch one of those. But it's a fantastic bushcraft fixed blade.
When did that come out?
This came out some 3 years ago.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like big knives also.
That's a machete. That's a folding machete.
LT Wright is in Ohio, Aussie Mike says. So the guy down under tells us where the guy in the United States is from. I kind of feel like I should know these things.
Dude, I haven't talked about LT Wright to another collector in probably like 4 years. Like he doesn't come up very often.
This was the other Christmas present, New Year's present that I bought to myself.
That is awesome. That's got a really nice hand satin on it, huh?
Jeff Vandermeulen 6-inch instigator. So yes, the blade is 6 inches. And yes, hand rub satin. It's S30, I think. Titanium bolsters, carbon fiber scales, and Mokutai clip.
That's cool, man.
And the backspacer is like a full-length backspacer, which I really like.
I like that too. Yeah,
this thing is just crazy.
Yeah,
and a nice controlled close.
This thing is huge.
And it does fit in your pocket. It works all right. It takes up most of your pocket. But Trevor says, Happy New Year. Thank you, sir.
Happy New Year.
So I did I bought a few more knives than I thought I did this year because I went through and looked at. I'm the crazy guy that keeps a list. I have an Excel spreadsheet with everything I bought, the dates, the price, who I bought it from, and all that. Is that Jack Wolf?
Yep.
And so I went through my list, and in 2023, I bought 15 knives.
15 or 50?
15.
That's not bad. It's
Which
just
isn't
you buy
bad.
really expensive ones.
It's more than I bought in 2022. In 2022, I bought 13. However, in 2022, I also bought 4 watches. And in 23, I bought 0 watches. So I bought less, maybe less quantity, maybe the dollar amount. I didn't compare dollar amounts. But I do have stuff for sale now because buying the King.
Oh yeah. Oh,
decisions had to be made.
Don't tell me. Yeah, please.
Decisions had to be made. I'm sorry. Like I have to make some decisions. And
the Ryu.
The Ryu is sort of for sale. The Sharknivko Ryu. It is technically listed for sale. I don't necessarily want to sell it, so it is priced accordingly. But yeah, it's an amazing knife.
It is.
I'm hoping that I can sell the other ones that I have for sale and then keep that. Rit!
That's cool.
Rit, my friend. How are you?
That's
Rit from Avian Knives.
What's
one
up,
of
Rit?
The owners of the Tim Gallion in past history. So I love having knives from people that I have then become friends with. Very cool. So Rit's in the future. He is in Bangkok, Thailand.
Yeah.
And so is the new year a good year? Rit and Aussie Mike. Mike is in the future also.
The good thing is we know it's not the end of the world because we're still here and they're,
That's
still there.
right. The world has not ended because Rit is here and Aussie Mike is here. You have a buyer of the Cobra in me. The Cobra is not for sale yet. The Cobra is not for sale yet, but Rit from the future tells us that the new year is great. So thank you for that. That is great to hear. Will Carey has a question here. I kind of want to know Alex's thought on Spyderco going with MagnaCut for their Salt series of knives for 2024. What? We have like a real knife question?
I don't
Will's
really
gonna make us work a little bit for our viewers tonight.
I don't find myself to know enough about MagnaCut to really answer that, to be honest with you. I think, but I do have one thought. I think it's a very unnecessary expense to add to that Salt series because the H1 steel was just fine the way it was before. So to put MagnaCut, they're going to charge more.
I didn't realize that MagnaCut was super stain resistant, like waterproof, for lack of better words here. I'm drawing a blank.
I didn't either, but yeah.
That Cobra that Will has, just so we're clear here that he might sell, is a blacked out Cobra Slim. It is freaking amazing. TJ Fisher sent it to me before it went to Will. I got to film it and I was blown away. So Aussie Mike, if you're interested in that one, if Tony is interested in that one, like, you can't go wrong. It's all blacked out. Oh man, yes. Somebody buy it. We'll send it to me at the new address, and we'll get it to whoever buys it. Or just buy some of mine. Hey, don't buy stuff from Will. Buy some of mine.
So in 2023, what was your guys's highlight knives, I guess you could say? I don't want to say all of them because Professor EDC is going to be here till New Year's next year, still pulling out another Black Wolf, saying, "Oh yeah, I got this one and I got this one," and then he's like out of his head, "I got this one and then this one."
So just to follow up really quick on the Salt discussion, Will agrees with you, Alex, that MagnaCut is probably not necessary. Scott N says that he is looking forward to MagnaCut PM2. Again, I have nothing bad to say about MagnaCut. I just don't know that it's been around long enough to really get the longevity and the hype that it's getting. I don't know. And I'm not a snob, and I don't think most people care either.
I mean, like Ed was talking about how like it was extremely tough, like you could bang the shit on like, you know, a pipe and
We
you
see you
know,
there,
like
Luck. Give us a second.
there is other knife steels that do that too.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know what the whole Magna Cut thing is. I'm sure it's great stuff, but
I have one knife in Magna Cut, the RJ Martin Q36 SS. I did not get it because it was Magna Cut. I got it because I wanted the knife, and it happened to be in Magna Cut.
Right.
With what little use I do with my knives, it's been great. And Bangkok Mark, yes, Rit is in Bangkok. If he's still in here, maybe you guys can connect, because it sounds, if you're Bangkok Mark, you must be in Bangkok. So let's bring in Luck Knives real quick, who's joined us. Mikey, what's up?
What's up?
What's up? Sorry, I'm fashionably late. I just finished eating dinner, so.
No, it's all good. And another guy that I've met at the same show at Blade Show West. It was very cool to meet you in person, hang out there at the show for a little bit, and check out some of your knives in person. Knife YouTuber turned knife maker, unlike a lot of other knife YouTubers that turn designer, having other people make them. He skipped that step altogether and just sold a bunch of knives. I'm grateful for, because I bought one, and bought a grinder, bought a heat treat oven, and probably bought a bunch of other equipment, and is making his own knives now that are pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I just bought a second grinder actually, so.
Because you're gonna just grind with 2 knives at once, one in each hand.
Just more or less for convenience, so I can like kind of have one, like a different like tooling arm on one, and have like, it's just easier to jump back and forth between machines. So
okay, I get it. One setup for doing one thing, one setup for doing a different thing, and you can bounce back and forth.
Yeah,
I get it.
Been pretty busy this past week or so. I've been trying to build up somewhat of an inventory for Blade Show Atlanta. So,
okay. Are you going to get a table there?
I signed my contract and sent that out a few weeks ago. So,
oh boy,
congrats,
that's awesome. Yes, congrats. That's a big step. So that's super cool.
Yeah. Got some stuff I'm pretty proud of so far. So.
Hey, the stuff I saw in person looked great, and then the latest stuff you've been doing on Instagram and whatnot looks really good too. So
like this.
That one, that one was very cool looking. Let me make
kitchen
you
knife
big.
Got
awesome.
I didn't really intend to start making kitchen knives. I kind of just made one, and then people started asking for them. So
yep.
I made
Aussie
this
Mike
one.
Says congrats.
Damasteel, Koa wood scales, Tiffany blue liners.
And then you have a paring knife to match,
paring
right?
knife, yeah. So
that's sweet.
Yeah, it's kind of working on stuff.
There's
another Damasteel one.
When are you gonna make a butterfly knife, man?
It is actually my goal to have a prototype folding knife done by Blade Atlanta, hopefully. So
cool, man.
Okay. That's very cool.
A collab for Blade Atlanta as well.
I saw some teasers about that. Are we allowed to talk about that?
Oh, sure. I mean,
do you want to kind of announce what you're doing and who you're doing it with?
I mean, yeah. He's really busy right now because he's doing, I want to say, California Custom Knife Show Spring, as well as the New Orleans show now.
Okay.
The new one. And then I think he's also doing possibly Blade Texas as well. So he's really busy, but I've been talking a little bit with Kurt American, and we're going to be doing a ultimatum fixed blade. So
that's cool, man.
Awesome.
That's cool.
I mean, I kind of just suggested that we just do one, but he said let's do 5 of them. So we're gonna do 5 of them for the show.
Okay.
I think he's right.
2 are just gonna be like a regular, like EDC friendly mono steel blade. 2 are gonna be fancier Damascus ones, and then I want to try to do one in Teravantium as well, so I might do that. But
Tony says, "Freaking sweet." I agree. I think that's pretty awesome. So congrats on that for sure.
And then on the same topic, he actually totally unrelated. He hit me up like a couple weeks before Christmas saying, "Hey, I'm working on your build," because I had a book spot with him.
That's right.
And then I was like, okay, cool. I didn't really think too much of it because the last time he sent me like a picture of my blade blank, it was like a year ago. So and I was like, okay, how long until it's done? He's like, I'm hoping to have it done by the end of the week. And I was like, well, I just kind of finished Christmas shopping, so
right. Can I
don't really have the money right now
for a hamburger today?
Yeah, we worked out a deal anyway because luckily now that I'm a maker, I had some materials that he really wanted, so I was able to knock off like a quarter of the price with those materials. So but yeah, that was basically my Christmas gift. We got the Kurt American the Mobius. This one's a 3.5 inch.
Very cool.
With vintage emerald micarta scales. Magna Cut blade. We were just talking about Magna Cut hand rub, which now I kind of feel bad about it because working with Magna Cut's kind of a pain now that I kind of know that struggle. So yeah, that's my knife of the year right there. So
very nice.
That's
very nice.
Cool. Congrats on getting your folder from Kurt and for an awesome collaboration. I don't know that there's a better guy to do a collaboration with. Kurt has been super cool. I met him a couple times at the California Custom Knife Show. We've talked tattoos, and I've done a video on a couple of his knives from Alex and from my buddy JP. He did a huge ass knife of the Leviathan. He did one. That was it. It kind of makes this guy look small. The Leviathan. It's got to be a 6.5, 7 inch blade, something I don't remember, but it's ginormous that Kurt did. He told me at the show, he goes, "Yeah, I'm never making one of those again." So yeah, but totally cool guy. So I'm super excited to see how these fixed blades come out.
Yeah, me too, man.
Yep. Should be pretty cool.
And all right, guys, gotta go. Just want to.
Hi, Professor. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Wow, we appreciate it.
Best of success to all of you. Alex, I love the channel and forum. Dirk, I just love you guys. Have a happy New Year.
Hey, you too. Be safe.
Full of health for you and your families, and success.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. Have a great night.
Same to you, my friend. Same to you.
New Year, guys.
All righty. Happy New Year. Oh, yeah. Good guy. Good guy. Professor EDC is a really good guy. If you're not following his channel, you should be. If you're a Spanish speaker, you absolutely should be, because a lot of
because he does it in Espanol.
In Spanish.
Yeah.
So
sometimes I jump in on those, man.
He does a lot of live streams, both on Instagram and YouTube, that are all in Spanish.
Hey, so I jumped into his live stream where he was doing it in Spanish. I've done it a few times, actually. And then all of a sudden he's like saying, because I'm fluent in French, but I don't know Spanish. But there's some similarities, so I can kind of get an idea of what he's kind of talking about.
Okay.
And then, so I can kind of tell he's telling, okay, hold on a second, mi amigo Alejandro, and this and that. And then, so he'll like translate what he said in English and then go back into the Spanish, and then like 15 minutes later, I'll type a comment and then boom, he stops. I get an English translation in the middle of it. It's pretty cool.
That's funny. Yeah, Scott says it's great to have our community in Spanish and every other language. We all grow and learn. I agree. And I think Professor EDC is doing a really good service by bringing a lot of our content to the Spanish-speaking population, which is a huge majority.
I think he's from his side of the
Happy
world.
haptics.
He's got the most exposure in America than I think a lot of other Mexican YouTubers that review knives. Like he's more popular up here than a lot of the other ones.
I agree.
Which is what it gives him a good connect that way, you know.
For sure. So what is your plans for 2024? And we'll start with Mike. Other than your collaborations and stuff you've already mentioned, let's talk about your collecting. Where are you at with collecting now that you're making?
Primarily still just collecting customs whenever I can. I still have the book spot with I don't really know I should know his name because I've sent material to him, but AGO Knives, he's in France. He's making me the front flipper that I sent you pictures of it before.
Yes.
Progress of it. And it was supposed to be just like emerald paper micarta, bolster lock, front flipper. And I wanted to put crystal tie on it because at the time, crystal tie was still a pretty new thing, newish.
Right.
And I thought he was just going to do like a few like little accent pieces here and there, but he's actually doing the full bolster lock, like the frame lock and everything is all crystal tie. So, and I guess he's running into issues with it, but he's determined to get it right. So I guess we're waiting on that. So,
all right. Happy haptics.
Should be pretty cool though.
Yeah, that sounds very cool, and I've seen some pictures, so I'm excited to see that also.
That, and I'm also on Willem O'Kelly's books. He's a slip joint maker down in South Africa. So,
okay,
having a custom slip joint made.
Well, you guys know how I feel about South African makers. You can't go wrong with nothing coming out of South Africa. Everything is fantastic.
Yeah, they're good,
and your dollar goes a long way.
Yeah,
you get a great bang for your buck. If you want exotic materials, if you want amazing fit and finish, you owe it to yourself to look at some of these South African makers, whether it's slip joints, fixed blades, or standard, folders, liner locks, frame locks, whatever, because they do an amazing job down there. So Happy Haptic says, Alex, where did you pick up on French? I'm also fully fluent.
I'm laughing because he put a little baguette at the end of the comment, and the baguette just made me laugh, dude. So the reason where I picked up French, I was born in France at the base of the Alps. So yeah, I'm French. That's where I learned it. I came to America when I was 10.
Oui, very good.
Yeah, we don't say that shit.
It's only in the movies.
He's actually heir to the Tissot
we don't go
watch company.
We don't do that shit.
You know, like Pepe Le Pew?
Things like we're walking around with a baguette all the time, The baguette's funny, man.
That's too funny. All right, so then, Alex, what is your plans for 2024 as far as collecting and your channel?
Dude, I've been off the horse for a while, spent a lot more time with my daughter. Mostly that's where a lot of my time went. But I do plan to get kind of back in the role of things and like do some reviews. 2024, I think I want to buy like maybe one nice watch, like, you know what I mean? Like when I say nice, like in an Omega or something.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I might make that crossover and finally like maybe get a Speedmaster or something.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and then knife wise, I really don't have any plans. Haven't been really, I don't know. You got a few. Yeah, there's more up here, guys, and there's more down here too. It's just like, I don't know. Like, I think at some point what I'd rather do is start cranking out videos and selling the stuff I don't want to make permanent keepers, and just reduce, like the collection to like the things I just want to keep.
That would give you the money to buy the Omega.
It would.
Or pay some bills. I mean,
So, yeah. But I bought all these knives at some point because I wanted to do a video on them. So
right.
so
No, I hear
will
you.
get to it. Yeah.
Happy Haptic says that's awesome, dude. I'm from Montreal.
Montreal.
Completely bilingual city in Canada.
Yeah, I know there's a couple areas up there where they speak French and English fluently, and then there's some parts where it's like mostly French.
It's mostly French, right?
Yeah, there's a couple little areas, and then and yeah, there's a lot more diversity up there in Canada than people even realize. My wife, who's Cambodian, says there's a huge Cambodian community up there, and like her cousins live up there in Canada.
Oh, up in Canada?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Like, yeah, I was like, no shit. They're like, oh yeah. So there's all kinds of stuff up there that's cool.
Aussie Mike says his 2024 goals or plans is to buy a collaboration from some Ukrainians that I can't even try to pronounce, and Will Carey's Cobra. I am telling you, Mike, Will Carey's Cobra is awesome. I think it might be. You can go look on my channel. I can't remember if it's the 3.5 or 4-inch blade. I don't remember, but it is the slim. It's like the first slim that he made. I think it's pretty cool. Like it is actually really cool. I'm not trying to sell you on anything, but it's really a nice knife. There's apparently a huge Cambodian community in Melbourne, Australia, also.
Oh wow! Oh yeah, you know what? My wife actually has a half brother in Melbourne too.
Like, yeah, Happy Haptic says, yeah, Canada is a real melting pot. It's a great place where people are genuinely open to exchange of cultures.
If you didn't
That's what America used to be.
If you didn't have that ridiculous gun law, I wouldn't mind it up there either. But
don't get me started. Like freaking Luck is over there smiling because he knows what happens tomorrow in California.
What?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. So Happy Haptic says Alex or Dirk or Luck, because he's into watches as well. Either of you own any Zin watches? Very underrated brand with rich history, amazing tool watches. I do not. I always wanted a Zin 104. But I never pulled the trigger, and I'm kind of glad I did because I'm very, very happy with my watch collection right now, as the fact that I didn't buy any watches in 2023. However, I did buy a house, so that did curtail a lot of my spending, and I spent the year really focusing on that, even though I bought some knives. But yeah. The Zin 104 is one that I actually want. And then I think it's Zin. Is it Zin that did the full Damascus one? No,
they did. Well, they did a Damascus dial one. They did a Damascus dial one before.
There's I don't remember if that's the one that had the full Damascus case and dial, but Zin makes amazing watches. I don't know if you guys have any or have seen them in person.
Shameless plug, I did a video on it. Go check out my video on the Giro's watch.
Oh, and that was the 104?
Yeah, that was the 104, and that was in that really cool sparkly green dial one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a limited edition. And him and I are actually, so in that video, like I loved it. It was spoiler alert.
Yes, it was a great watch.
And so now, like couple weeks ago, he's texting me. He's like, dude, I got a limited edition blue one. You want to buy it? And I'm like, damn it, Giro.
Jeez.
So I don't know. Because I kind of didn't, I'm not really ready for that yet. But I don't know. Because it's not cheap, dude. That's not a cheap watch by any means,
Right.
And especially like his is it's a limited blue dial one, and that one I think like an extra $500 markup easy.
And the blue that Zin does is really vibrant and really nice.
It's a nice watch.
Yeah, and for you guys listening, Will Carey did chime in. It is the first slim Cobra ever made, and it is the 4-inch blade. He thinks, which I'm pretty sure it was. And it looks like Aussie Mike is starting to talk to him about picking it up. So There you go. I'll take my little commission. I don't charge commission, but I do get to do a video on the whole transaction thing, so that's cool.
That comment actually reminded me. I did actually hit up TJ today, actually, about getting a Fury made. So,
yeah, TJ is doing Furies now. Senior is doing battles. I have the prototype battle. I did a video on battle number 4 from Senior, which is, no offense to the prototype, Senior, and you know I love it. But the number 4 one was significantly better than the prototype, which it should be. That's why I'm happy to have a prototype, because it's got its little nuances and quirks as people work through making the knives. So, yeah, you can't really go wrong. I've heard some TJ. I don't know. He went through some stuff. He was non-responsive for a little bit, but I think he's back on the saddle now. But so I don't know. But yeah, the Zen 104 is a cool looking watch for sure.
That's a great mention. That's a nice watch.
Yeah, for me in 2024, I don't know. I got to pay myself back for the battle, the King battle, number 1. I got to pay myself back by selling some stuff. So yeah, I have a couple. I have a Shiro. I've got another Shiro. I got a couple of RJ Martins. You know, hit me up, guys. Help me. But as far as the collection, I think I'm pretty good. I mean, I don't want to say I'm not going to buy a knife, because I will. But is there anything I'm specifically chasing right now? No. Ed Kim is still going to build me the last Hellraiser at some point. He's working on a couple of War Pig customs right now. That will probably take all year. So I'm guessing that mine might come in 2025, which is fine, because we've been bouncing ideas around each other for like a year and still haven't come up with a definitive design. And I kind of need to build up the funds to buy it anyway. Watches, you know, I'm pretty happy with where I'm at with watches. There are a couple of Rolex that I would like. There is a full gold Omega Speedmaster that I fell in love with when I tried it on. But I'm not sure I'm a $30,000 watch guy yet. Yeah. Even though I'm good friends with the AD and I would get a discount, I'm still not sure I'm a $30,000 watch guy with a discount. So I'm a $10,000, $15,000 watch guy every day. No problem in that 15,000 range. But 30,000 is a big jump. So yeah, I'm not sure on the watch front or the knife front. Having handled this Todd Rexford for a week or so now, I can't lie and say that I'm not very interested in picking one up. And if I had more money, as I say in the video that I just did on this the other day, or I filmed yesterday, comes out in a couple of days. If I had the money, I would probably buy this from Tristan instead of ship it back to him. But I don't know. Am I ready to take those jumps to that next level in collecting? I don't know. Not really sure. As far as my channel goes, I'm going to pretty much do the same thing I've been doing. I do have a guy that's going to work on a logo for me that I may work on this year.
It's about damn time.
You know, I've been kind of like, I went through it with like 6 people, 7 people. They started and then they stopped and then they disappeared. Like, I'm like, guys, I'll freaking pay you. Just finish. Like, and it just didn't work out. So I was kind of like anti-logo and said, F it. But I might do a logo this year. I have a friend now that is a graphic artist. He's done a bunch of logos for people. He literally gave me a price, said he'd do it half for what he'd normally charge, you know, whatever. So I'd like to maybe do that. But that's it. I want to kind of just do some personal, like there's some personal stuff I want to do. Like now that I own a house and I'm getting older and whatnot, my kid is going to have a baby any day. So I'm going to be grandpa here in any day. I kind of need to do like a will and a trust or a living will. Like, I don't even know. but I need to do something. You know what I mean? And it's something I've thought about for years. So I want to do that in 2024. Will Carey says, I need to now go to the slim customs now. Dude, that's this Rexford. It's freaking slim. It's like Spider Codelica size. It's a little bigger, but yeah, dude, I don't know. Do I want to take that jump into Rexford? That's a different level.
You gotta get a Rexford watch to go with your Rexford knife too.
Fisher is a level, right? Don't get me wrong. Fisher is a level. I think Rexford is a different level.
I agree with that.
I don't know. Yes, Aussie Mike, it's going to be Grandpa Dirk. I think it's going to be Pops. Papa? We don't know. Like, it is a grandson. We do know that. The official due date is the 3rd. So, yeah, we don't know. Any freaking time. I'm just waiting for the call.
That's awesome, man.
Just waiting for the call. Hey, if anybody else wants to join in, we're still going for a little bit. We got to jump off in a little bit, but if anybody else wants to hop in and say hi, please feel free. I put the link in the comments. I'll put another link here. Just, we wanted to kind of make it very available for people this time, to say thanks back to the people. Happy Haptic says, Dirk, let me make it easy on you. Have me inherit all of your beautiful gear. I'll take care of it. I promise. Okay, that might be an option. I don't know. What you don't want them to do is like sell everything for $50 each, right? Because they don't know.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because I'm going to be dead and gone.
But that's why if anything ever unexpected happens to me, I'm holding you personally responsible to get a hold of my wife and make sure she doesn't sell like my custom knife for like $50 to somebody.
Well, you better make sure she's got my number, and I better make sure that Lindsay, my girlfriend, has your number in case something happens to me. She can reach out to you, and she can box it all up and ship it out, and or vice versa.
Yeah, because it's just one of those things. You get something like this, and then somebody buys it for like next to nothing, and then
that happened kind of similarly. And we got to pick a winner for that Red Horse Knife Works too at some point.
Yep.
My buddy Eric in Utah, did he reach out to you, Luck? Did you guys connect?
Oh yeah. Yep. I'm on the group now.
So now you're part of the group that I can't be part of because like it's a Utah thing and I wouldn't understand, but that's okay, whatever. No, they're great guys. But anyway, somebody he knew somehow down the road, his dad died or whatever, and they had like 500 knives or something ridiculous. So Eric helps people sell knives. That's one of the things he does. So he's going to pick these all up, and a ton of them are brand new in the box, like custom ZTs and like old school stuff that the guy just never opened up. So yeah, you want to be part of that group because they're going to open it up to the group first so that Eric doesn't have to take pictures and post them and all that. If the group buys most of them, then it makes his day easier. You know what I mean? So
you gotta get a little wristband. You gotta get a wristband that says in the event of my death.
Yes.
You gotta pull up your spreadsheet so they know how much your knives and watches are worth. So
I already told my wife she needs to contact Dirk if something happens because he'll know what it's worth.
Yeah, and don't look at your spreadsheets. I keep a spreadsheet, but I don't look at it often.
Yeah, I don't keep one of those.
It's scary because I made a summary tab. I have it broken out. I should share it. I'm not going to share it at some point, but I have like by brand, like there's Beg knives, Fisher knives, MKT knives, then miscellaneous, and then watches and jewelry because I have some of those puncher rings, and stuff like that. Right. So, and then I have a summary tab that tells me, okay, you got so much in Fisher, so much in Beg, so much in this, so much in this, and then a total. And when I looked at the total the other day, because I never go to that tab, I just about shot myself.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, there is a Happy Haptics. There's a Red Horse Knife Works giveaway, and I think so. This one was more of a nomination based, so we're not just picking somebody at random here in the chat, of which I think we're about time because everybody's jumping off. It looks like so. We had a bunch of nominations, not as many as I wanted, but let me pull up my notes here. That's what I've been glancing down at a little bit. I think. All right, I'm just going to pick a person. So it was a nomination by Aussie Mike. It is somebody in Florida. His contact at Skypacks. She was asking about a good knife to get. Her friend's father was in the hospital. And while his friend's father was in the hospital, the father's son stole and sold all the knives. Basically his whole collection. While the father was in the hospital. So when he came out of the hospital, he had no knives because his jerk-off son sold them all, and Aussie Mike has gifted him a Papa Bear Knives fixed blade. So I think he deserves a Red Horse Knife Works production Hellraiser that Ed Kim so graciously offered. So that's who I'm going to pick. There wasn't a lot of nominations. It was really trying to find a worthy, needy type person. So that's who I'm picking. I don't know I know there's a package on its way to me from Ed at Red Horse because there was some other stuff that he was sending me. I don't know if he threw a Hellraiser in there for the giveaway or if he's just going to ship it from there direct, but I'll figure that out. And Aussie Mike, I'll get with you to find out if I just ship that to Skypacks or what, but that's the giveaway for that. There you go. Like,
sounds like a good one, man. I read a bunch of them. All the ones I read, they're all pretty decent, but that was one of the good ones too.
Yeah, that was a good one. There was a guy who nominated himself, which I thought was odd, but okay.
That's the first thing now that you bring it up, that's the first thing I said. I'm like, are you serious? Somebody nominated themselves?
You know,
I mean, I get it. I read the story. The
story was good.
It was a good story, but I just like it's about being giving to people, not
it was more about giving.
It was that's kind of why I wouldn't want to choose one of those.
Right. And I was a little
but it was funny.
and I'll just say it here. I was a little disappointed that there was only like 3 or 4 nominations. I thought the community would come together and we'd have more nominations. I think people might just have an issue nominating for somebody else. I don't know. It was very interesting to me. And 2 of those nominations were from the same person, which was fine. It wasn't for himself. It was for 2 different people, but it came from the same person. So there was like 2 people nominated. One was for himself, and then the other was one person that nominated 2 different people. It was very strange to me. I thought there would be more
participation.
More participation, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
That's all right. This knife sounds like it's going to have a great home. Now he has a fixed blade. Now he's got a folder too. It's perfect.
So Happy Haptic says nominating yourself is a douche move, no matter how you cut it. I'm just going to let the comments speak for themselves. I'm making no point.
I don't want to go to that extreme.
Thanks for hanging in with us. It was cool. I did a Coffee with Doom live stream the other day on Thursday for 3 hours. These guys talk, and Chef Rocky was in there. Man, it was 3 hours. I was like, are we gonna be done anytime soon? I had to go to the bathroom. But yeah, it was for 3 hours, and I don't understand, man. Doom gets a lot of viewers. We had like 10 people in here, and he had like 50. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Just a little in the back of my mind thinking, I don't understand people, but that's okay.
We're only once every 2 weeks. We don't do that 3 hour stuff either. I think that's a different, realm of doing things. And you're gonna get a lot more people watching if you're spending 3 hours. Eventually you're gonna start.
Is that what people want? 3 hours? Because it was 50 people at one time. it wasn't 50 people throughout.
I'm not.
There was like 50 at once.
I did the one with Bob, the live that he did, like the grand. What was it? The grand. I forgot what he called it. Like it was. Like a bunch of makers on there. A bunch.
Yeah. And they switched like every half an hour, every hour, or something like that. Different people.
So yeah,
like
so I
would jump on and jump off.
Yeah, that was the only time I ever did like a really long span with on YouTube, and that was like I think it's 3 hours or 3.5 hours, and they went longer than that. That was like when I was like, all right, I'm done. And
3 hours was a long time. We try to keep ours about an hour. We're at an hour and 15 minutes right now, but we've been an hour. We've been usually about an hour and 15, hour and 30 is about what we've done throughout the course of. Can you believe this is episode 45?
I know.
Not off track, but that's pretty cool. We've been doing this, 2 years? Yeah, it was December of 21, I guess, right? So all of 22 and all of 23.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's still going. So I think it's working. People are still here, even if there's 7 or 8, 10 people, like it's okay.
Well, we do have a couple cool guests on every once in a while, so we'll try to keep that momentum going,
We do, and I think I'm going to reach out to. What we'll have to do is we'll have to have Luck and Kurt American on to talk about the collaboration.
That sounds fun.
I mean,
I haven't actually even. Yeah, we
as it gets a little closer, keep that in the back of your mind, Mike, and maybe talk to Kurt, see if he'd be interested. And when it gets closer to being at fruition, right before guys are gonna do that for Blade, right?
Yeah,
Blade
that's
Atlanta?
the plan. Yeah.
So maybe a few weeks or so before, if it works, maybe we can have you guys both on and talk about that and a little bit of hype for Blade Show, maybe. Just as an idea. I'm always trying to think ahead.
Sure.
Could be cool. I also want to get the Fishers on. I want to get maybe Todd Rexford. I don't know. Maybe. I understand he's an approachable guy. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
We've got a bunch of people we want to have on. We want to have some more guests on, but we wanted to kind of also get a little bit of a following before we asked some of these really big people, because I don't want it to be a waste of their time with 3 people. I want to be cognizant. Meddling, because Aussie Mike wants to know if you've got any of your other knives there, Mike, that you can show real quick. Do you have any?
I mean, the one I'm currently playing with is the Prince Customs Orochi.
Oh, that's cool. How is that knife?
It's really cool. I saw this originally at Blade West this past year, but I didn't really have the money for it at the time, and then it popped up on Knife Joy, so I bought it.
That's a cool looking one.
I like what Prince Customs.
It also has the hidden ghost flipper, like the CMF ghost flipper on it.
Yep. That's crazy.
So,
and is that carbon fiber or is it just?
No, it's just titanium, purple titanium. Yeah.
That's cool though.
It has a bit of a Gavco blade flavor on it. Like the blade looks a little Gavco.
Then we got my modded Ron Best.
Nice.
It originally had like blue and bronze anodizing on it, but I just stripped it off and made it just polished titanium.
Yep.
Lock bar and stuff.
Yeah.
Skiff bearings,
Very nice.
I don't really have any of my knives, really. I have like my little drawer of finished knives. There's that guy right there.
Oh boy.
It's kind of like a trailing point type thing, but it's actually somewhat EDC friendly still because the tip is pretty low actually. So
just the tip.
Yeah, just the tip.
Yeah, that's kind of cool looking. I mean, it's weird looking, but cool looking.
Only a few people have really figured it out so far, but Luck obviously is a acronym for Level Up Custom, and it is video game related.
Okay.
A lot of my like the model names are based off of like characters from different video games, pretty much. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah. What else do I got? I feel like I have other stuff.
You need to make a God of War knife. A Kratos knife. Oh. A Kratos.
For my slightly fancier builds, I started making. I'm still pretty new at it, but
I saw that on Instagram.
I've been doing the YouTube Academy, and I've been learning how to do leather. So for my fancier builds, I want to do like these leather pocket sheaths.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You know, try to preserve the finish of the blade, but I got this guy here.
Oh, that's
cool. That one looked pretty cool. And the sheath, you know, I think that's a cool touch to be able to do some of that. And I think it's probably fun for you to try new things and learn some new stuff. Like, I mean, that's kind of the fun in it as well.
Yeah, I actually just posted this one up for sale. So.
Oh boy. Let's see. Anybody interested? How much are you trying to sell that for?
Well, in order to, because I've actually finally like developed a pricing matrix type thing now. So I feel like that's a difficult thing for a lot of makers, is to figure out how much to charge for their stuff. But I've kind of like figured it out now, and I've like, you know, additional charges for like depending on materials and finishes, because some finishes just take more effort and time and stuff. So. Yeah, this one I posted, it's up on NAF sale right now, but if someone wants to buy it separately, because I have it up there for $450, because to try to like, because they have like a commission fee and stuff like that. But
makes sense.
If I was to do it privately, it would just be like $420 or something like that. But
that's not bad. So Aussie Mike says, do you heat treat the steels yourself?
Yep. I got a heat treating oven, and I use data online and also on Laren Thomas's book to do all my heat treating and stuff. So
yeah, cool. He went all in, bought the grinder, bought the heat treat. His wife kicked him out of the kitchen, said you can't use the oven anymore for that stuff. Get your own thing in the garage. And away he goes.
Got my mini mill, so I've been playing around with that. That's how I get the fluting. That's what I call it.
The fluting and the blades. Okay.
Been playing around with that. The heat treating is the longest, most boring part because it takes forever. So, so I've actually considered reviving my channel a little bit, like while I'm heat treating, but.
You could do like, you know what you could do is you could just do like a live stream of you in the shop grinding and stuff. Just put it in the corner. You don't even need to talk or anything.
Yeah,
just fire up the live stream and just be there grinding and working on something for like an hour. Just let it run. Just let it run for like an hour live stream.
Yeah, the channel's not dead. It's just unconscious right now, I guess. But
but just throw that up every so often. People will chime in.
I am actually working on a video, like a video of like making knives and stuff. Currently, it's still in the editing process, but
no, I think that's cool because like Jason over at VC Edge, he's got a channel and he did a bunch of videos early on of the process. It's talked to the camera a little bit, and he brings something over and hold it to the camera, and then go back to the grinder and come. So I think that kind of stuff may not get a ton of views while it's live, maybe, or things like that. But I think people go back and forth to those to learn more later. So I don't know. It's maybe a way to help keep your stuff from not, going too comatose.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely slows down the process. That's for sure. Trying to record, but
keep it PG-13 with all that grinding. Yeah, it does. When you drop something, kind of what got to remember.
Yeah, you mess it up to a point where you can't fix it. The knife instantly becomes a throwing knife at that point. So
stream and chat while waiting for the heat treat to take. There's options. I think some people would chime in and watch while you're just working in the garage. Might be cool. I've thought about doing something like that too, just here kind of in the room in the office working, not working my normal job, but like, getting ready to do some videos or something, just doing like a quick little live where I'm not talking, just there in the corner of me doing some stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
Some stripping, Dirk?
No. That's what you always got to be careful about, and remember that you're streaming, when you can't stand up or something, just things to remember. But I don't know. So anyway, I think we're getting kind of there. People have dropped off. There's a few people here still, but I think we've covered pretty much what we wanted to cover.
Yeah, just a little kickback.
Any last thoughts from you, Mikey? Since you're here, you got the floor.
No, not really. I just gotta finish up some stuff today that I gotta do. Try to start on another kitchen knife set and paring knife. So
cool. I like the sets. That's kind of the way to go. I think I've got to film some chef knives that somebody sent in, and I kind of don't like filming chef knives, but people reach out and say, "Hey, can I send you these things?" And I'm kind of a whore for content, so I'm like, "Sure."
Just trying to find the scale material for it because I have to make it right now. But
yeah, I mean, my stuff all comes from the China guys and whatever, but I'm a bad person because I don't do a lot of kitchens. Like, I don't work in the kitchen. I cook frozen pizza and I cook microwaves in the friggin' hot dogs in the microwave. That's about it. And I fry some eggs. I don't use knives for nothing. So I'm really a bad one to review those, but I do got a couple I got to do. My girlfriend's been using them, so I got to get her points and tips and her comments so that I can put together a video. But
the pizza memes always crack me up, man.
And I am in 2024, one last thing I'm gonna maybe do is get a custom pizza cutter made.
That's overdue.
I've been using the rocker style, and I think I'm gonna have a custom one made. I like that style better than the wheel. So I'm not sure who I'm gonna ask yet, but I got a couple of ideas of people to talk to, and then we got to figure out blade steel, and I don't know if Damascus is really going to be the right thing, or is it going to get stained? Like, I don't know yet.
I mean, for a piece of Damascus that big, it's going to be pretty expensive. So
does that really matter for me at this point in my collecting?
No,
I don't think so.
Well, you're buying $30,000 watches, and
I'm not buying $30,000
knives. So
I've bought a 5-figure knife, and I've bought a couple of bought a 5-figure watch, just a little over 10 grand, and I've bought a couple of $10,000 knives. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna do Damascus, Damasteel, maybe MagnaCut. Ooh, I kind of want a nice fancy blade because that's really the point. I mean, a pizza cutter with Damascus handles doesn't seem like it's super sexy, but a Damascus blade and Damascus handles, that sounds sexy to me. I don't know. Okay, so there's a dude on Instagram that makes 1 to 2K pizza cutters, Baker Forge, Damascus, and all. Okay. I know a couple of the guys on there that make the roundy round ones, but I think I'm going to go with the fixed blade one.
Well, remember the Lodato knife that I just showed?
Yep. That guy he makes the round one.
He makes a cool round one.
And then there's Oak Forge that makes some cool round ones. They're not making any right now. They're like, books are closed. I've looked at them and reached out to them before. I was thinking of like some of the people that I have custom knives from already.
Yeah, I mean, even just because somebody hasn't made one already doesn't mean that they won't.
And I've got the $30 one from Amazon that I can send them, so they've got an idea. I don't want a template exactly because that doesn't even fit.
Pretty easy.
I need it a little.
You're all getting like a $30 Amazon one, and you're like, I want you to make me a replica.
I want you to clone this Amazon one and make me $1,000 clone of this $30 Amazon knife.
Yes.
But shorter because that one's too big.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got some ideas. So I think that might be a 2024 project. And I've got a couple makers that I may reach out to and see if they're interested in doing something. and maybe do like a, post it up on their Instagram while they're doing it type of thing. Kind of make a little fuss about it just to be kind of cool. I think might be a cool little project.
Yeah.
So
got to get there's a guy that prints out custom G10 graphics. You should get like G10 that's like a pizza pattern.
Ooh. Yeah, something kind of cool and goofy like that, I think is what I want to do.
Or a Dessert Warrior pizza cutter.
No, I almost bought a chef knife recently that somebody did that on. It was like $200 or something. It had a Dessert Warrior. Somebody sent me, there's an unboxing coming. They sent me a Dessert Warrior Zippo lighter from Love Them Knives. Somebody ordered it and had it sent here. I have no idea why. I don't know if it's a gift. I don't know if I'm supposed to send it off to somebody. I have no idea. I reached out to Love Them Knives. He goes, dude, somebody ordered it. That was the shipping address on the order. That's all I know. So hopefully when somebody sees the unboxing, they'll be like, oh, yeah, that was from me. It's a gift. Or, oh, yeah, that's from me. I wanted you to show it and then send it to me. Like, I don't know.
Maybe I'll do that for Blade Atlanta. I'll make a big Dessert Warrior pizza cutter, giant one. Somebody will buy it just because it's ridiculous.
Somebody will buy it? I don't know. That's an idea.
Don't do it.
Oh, here we go. Zippo glow in the dark. Yes, that's it, Aussie Mike. I had no idea what it was. Maybe you told me? I don't think you told me. Maybe you did. I don't remember. Dude, I get so many things for Aussie Mike that I can't keep track of it all. All right, well, it's here. Unboxing happens in a couple days. Deadpool Lee, what are you missing? You're missing nothing other than us wrapping up because we got Happy New Year's stuff to go do. But thanks for joining.
Yeah.
You can circle back and rewatch this later because we love the views because it helps. Can't find the guy's page. It's killing me. Happy Haptics. Shoot me a message on Instagram if you find it.
Yeah, you
I
can
know
tell
there's
him
a
next
couple of
year.
guys, the pizza cutter guy on Instagram. I know a couple of them too. But yeah, if you find it, happy, send it to me. There you go.
Yeah, well, until next year,
Yeah. So, hey, guys, I appreciate everybody joining in. Mike, thanks for chiming in for a little bit. Appreciate it. Aussie Mike, all your comments, great. Professor EDC for joining earlier, and Tony for joining earlier and then jumping off. So, I don't know. But we appreciate it all, and we'll see you all next year. Yes, I'm 12. I'm a
Well, you're our grandpa, so.
Yep.
But be safe out there. Thanks for everything you guys have done with our channels through the year. And we look forward to some great stuff in 2024.
See you guys in a couple weeks, as usual.
Yep. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it.